Live from 42nd and 2nd, this is the PIX 11 Morning News.
Hey there, everybody. It is 8 o'clock on this Thursday, July 18th. Thanks for joining us today. It's going to be another hot one. I'm Betty Wynn.
And I'm Dan Manarino. Yes, so the big question is, will the power actually stay on during this heat wave? Coming up at 8:30 this morning, we're talking live to Con Edison about this problem. Earlier in the week, you may remember they told us there will be more outages. Let's find out how they're prepping for all of that.
For sure. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send them to us on our Twitter pages or our Instagram pages. We'll try to get those questions to Con Ed if you have some major ones that you want discussed. It's on, and it could get dangerous outside in the next few days.
Not only that, but it'll also put a strain, of course, on the city's electrical system. Con Edison working overtime to make sure the juice continues to flow. Joining us right now is Con Ed's spokesperson, Alfonso Quiroz. Good morning to you, Alfonso. And it is a hot one.
Good morning, Dan and Betty. Thank you.
It's a hot one outside today. Let's talk about this. Bronx, Queens, and twice on Staten Island outages this week after, of course, the city's blackout last weekend. How confident are you moving forward before the real heat has even arrived that we're not going to see big problems this weekend?
Well, if any customer has any kind of service interruption, they should definitely call us. But we have an army of people out today and the rest of the weekend. We've got over 4,000 employees out who are ready to respond to any power outages should they occur. Overnight, we had about 7,000. It's down to about 3,000 customers who are out right now. If anyone is out of power or if they have any kind of service disruption, they should call us at 1-800-75-CON-ED. But we're also reminding people to use their energy very judiciously. So try to keep your air conditioner as high as you possibly can. Block off any rooms that you're not using. And the biggest thing is to close your curtains. A lot of the heat comes in through windows.
That's some good advice, Alfonso. You say you're confident, you have an army of people at the ready, but here's the deal. You still don't know what caused the blackout over the weekend. So how do you know that's not going to happen again? And have you gotten an update on what caused that?
Well, we do know what caused it. It was a malfunction with a piece of equipment over there, and that was not due to the heat. So what we're looking at now is that it's definitely go time for us. We've got everybody that is laser focused on the weather right now. We're watching outages, we're watching the map, and as soon as these outages occur, we're definitely going to be out there as quickly as we can to restore power as fast as we can.
And you're just to follow up, you're sure that that malfunction won't happen again?
Well, if anything, if there are any power outages, we will definitely respond. But the power outage that happened over the weekend was not due to the heat. It was due to a problem in the manhole, in infrastructure that is out there.
So let's talk about what's happening this week. Let's talk about what's happening this week, because we had a few outages.
Obviously, this is go time for us. So we've invested over $1.5 billion just this year into the system. We're going to be watching the weather as it comes. We're going to be watching the outages if they occur, and we'll be responding to them as quickly as we can. But it definitely is going to be hot, so we are going to be busy.
Right, I understand that. I know you guys take a lot of heat and a lot of flack for outages, right? But people rely on power, and they pay a lot of money for their power. So let me ask you, what we've seen so far this week, we had about 3,500 customers out Wednesday night on Staten Island, a few outages over Brooklyn and Queens, like we said. Are those normal for the amount of, for the heat and temperatures we're seeing? And what are you looking to the weekend when the temperatures go even hotter? Are we going to see more than those numbers?
Well, the numbers definitely can fluctuate, but a lot of times what happens in the heat, especially when you're about to hit a heat wave like this, is that the infrastructure and the equipment underground can definitely overheat, which can cause a manhole fire or a smoking manhole, and it could cause an outage. And our job is obviously to keep those outages to a minimum, and if they occur, to try to keep them as brief as possible.
If you know that it's a possibility of happening, what are you doing to make sure that it doesn't?
Well, as I said, we invested over $1.5 billion into the system so far. We have an army of crews that are ready to respond. 4,000 employees who are on the ground right now ready to respond to outages. So if they occur, people should call us. We will get out there as quickly as we can to make those restorations.
Alfonso, thank you, and we are hoping and keeping our fingers crossed that there are no major problems with the high temperatures this weekend. And if you do see the Con Ed workers out there, hey, give them a glass of water or something while they do all that hard work. Thank you, Alfonso. Yeah, stay cool indeed. 8:30.